So everything's set and we're not going to have any...
Well, I can't guarantee that we're not going to have any snafus. What about those earrings you've got on?
Yeah, I know I told you the other day that I needed some big hoops.
Yeah?
So I was going through my jewelry box looking for my, my big old ring.
Your pink one?
My pink one.
Did you find it?
Well, yeah, I know it's in there, but it doesn't fit my little fat fingers. Seriously, I can't put it on. I can only wear it on a pinky.
Well, we can get it changed.
I know, but... So anyway, so I was going through my jewelry box.
Were you going for bling today, or?
No, I wore them yesterday. This is the second day in a row.
No, but I mean, looking for your pink ring. Why were you to wear?
I don't know. I was just curious. It was just something I just decided to look for. I don't know. I don't know. Something must have been missing. So,
Okay.
So anyway, so I couldn't wear my pink ring.
Yeah.
And I found these, and I don't even remember when or where, because they're so not anything that I normally do.
No, you and your pearls and your...
I know. And so yesterday I didn't wear my pearls with them.
Oh.
So I don't know if I can pull off the pearls with the big...
You can pull off pearls with anything, don't you know?
Well, I don't know if I can pull the earrings off with the pearls. I know I can pull the pearls off. I just don't know that the earrings go with the pearls.
They look fine.
So anyway.
They
So
look
I haven't told Paul that I want some really big hoops for my birthday yet. But
Yeah, okay.
yeah. He didn't say anything when he saw me. He's just like looking at me.
You probably couldn't
Because
figure
he
out what was
doesn't.
different.
So my husband isn't one for bling or big jewelry. So so anyway, hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's Heather and Kathy from the Knot House in Frederick, Maryland, and I don't even know what podcast number this is.
I think it's 14.
I didn't even look. I'm going to rely on you to be accurate with that.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's 14.
So I have a confession to make. I want to just say it up front. I've been back for a week from Vietnam, and I still don't feel normal yet. But I have not gone through all the comments from the last podcast.
I think I have.
So typically...
I didn't answer all of them, but I liked them. And if there were some that needed to be answered, I answered them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would rather say that I hadn't done it than for people to think that we'd looked at them and not
Well, I haven't-
replied or, liked it or whatever. So
I haven't looked in the last few days, but
anyway, I'm still a little bit behind. I'm always behind, but now I'm even more behind. So we're the Knot House. We are in Frederick, Maryland, and you can find us online at www.knothousyarns.com. You can find us on Instagram as Knot House Yarns, and you can find us on Ravelry as the Knot House, and which one am I forgetting? Facebook as the Knot House, I think. So welcome to the podcast. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I think we've got a giveaway coming up when we get to 1,000 subscribers.
When we get to 1,000 subscribers.
And I know that we have all kinds of good stuff. We haven't talked about what we're going to give away, but
I've got a whole drawer full back there.
Yep.
I kind of hoard it.
So anyway, I don't know how long this one will be this morning. I've got to get to work, and I don't know how much of. I haven't even been in the shop. I think this may be the first time I've been in the shop since I've been back. So Mom will probably be doing most of the updates on everything. If you remember when we left, Mom and I kind of gave ourselves a little competition.
You gave us a competition.
I know, and I don't know why I did, because I knew ahead of time. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. We both finished them.
We did.
And yes, Mom beat me getting hers done.
I was very gracious. I didn't show it. I didn't post it.
So if you noticed in the Instagram posts, I always had to lead with a post, and then Mom would come back and say where she was.
Well, I didn't want to be,
I know, she leaves that for me to be obnoxious about it.
I'm the slowest knitter on the planet, so I didn't,
So go ahead and so we were doing the Glacier Park Cowl, and we chose
By Caitlin Hunter.
Yep. We both chose completely different colors. There's
mine.
Mom's.
That's done in Fuse is the purple, and Olan is the orange. And one of the things I want to say about it is my orange had black in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that my color work is not as defined. Caitlin would say that it has a watercolor effect. And if you notice, it does. I mean, you can see it, but it's not crisp, unlike yours.
Well, this one's mine.
Very pretty, Heather.
I'm very pleased with it, I'll say. I used Dyed in the Wool, and I used Chasing Rabbits. I think the Chasing Rabbits color, this darker, kind of a black, although sometimes in some light it looks kind of like a really dark eggplant with this Dyed in the Wool. I think the name of it is Cowl, and I don't remember the name of the Dyed in the Wool color that I used.
Pick your poison.
Yep, that sounds right. I probably don't even have the tag anymore.
I know that's right.
Okay, so Mom says it's Pick Your Poison.
One other thing that we did differently is I know that Caitlin does very
Narrow.
I added 42 stitches to mine.
So hold them up, see if they're wider. See if yours is wider. Yeah, it's a little bit wider.
But your yarn is thicker.
Yeah. So, so there's a couple things that I wanted to point out. If you look at mine, you know, I didn't hold my dominant color. I didn't make my dominant color be the darker black. We'll just call it black. So in the middle part,
you did in this part, which you should have.
No, I didn't ever.
Right. In this part, you wanted your lighter
You wanted
one.
the lighter one to pop out, right?
Right.
And so in the middle part here, had I done it the reverse way, the yellow, we'll call it yellow, would have been more recessed. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
That's
it would.
correct.
But it would have been recessed, and the arrows right here on the middle part would have popped out more. But I was too far into it, and I asked Mom. I said, "Was I supposed to switch?" And you know, dumb me, I thought that if you're holding it in your right hand, that made it dominant. I don't know why, because, you know, why would right-handed make it dominant? I mean, that's stupid, but.
But it is just the opposite of that.
Right.
And you think of it, especially as right hand. Or, you know, of course, when I teach knitting, I teach you to throw with your right hand anyway. But it's just the opposite of that.
So I haven't even put it on to try it, to see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
I messed my hair up. But it's cute.
But
And that's actually not too narrow. It might be too narrow to wear in the shop if it's not, you know, freezing cold. Well, it looks good with my blue.
does? Imagine that.
Yeah. So,
So then try this one on for me.
ow. Okay, well, I got it hung. So again, these are both the Glacier Park Cowl by Caitlin Hunter. Okay, I do that with my hair, like I think it's long still.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Doesn't look as good with the blue, but.
I think it's a nice pop.
So I don't know. I mean, they're completely different. It's just I think it was a good thing for us to do, so we can see. It's exactly the same cowl, except Mom, like she said, she added.
I think I added 3 repeats.
She added 3 repeats, and so I will say that I did not use a full ball of course, either yarn. I think I still had.
You were worried about the dyed in the wool.
I was worried about it if I added any repeats, that I wouldn't have enough. But I mean, I have enough. I probably could have added maybe 1 repeat. So if that's something that you're considering, and I don't remember if I had plenty of this left.
I
Put
had
it down here where you can see it against my shirt. But
I had plenty left of. Both of mine were 400 yard skeins, and of course I had plenty left. Now I had more of the orange left than I did of the purple.
oh yeah, because it didn't take as much of that.
Right.
Yeah. There was something I was going to say. I don't remember now what it was.
Dawn is doing one in black trillium that we don't carry anymore that is the real dark gray with the red, and it is gorgeous. We'll show it to you next time.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's just fun because you can do so many different things, you know, with the different colors and even the different textures. I mean, so that was fun, and I was glad that I finished it. Now I do notice that Mom did a little more on her edging. Why did you make your edge is the same?
Well, because I didn't read the pattern and see that they weren't supposed to be the same.
Oh, so it's not that I did it wrong.
No, you did it right.
So I'm just talking about, so the top has, I think, I don't know, 1.5 inches of ribbing at the top and only 1 inch of ribbing at the bottom. And Mom, being the overachiever, she probably did 1.5 inches on both. So anyway, so that's that. So I'm glad that it made me finish it. I think I finished it on the plane home. And I didn't work on anything else, because how could I work on anything else when it was a race? And if I was going to be working on something, I was going to be working on that.
Well, that took a week out of my sweater.
I know, but you still finished your sweater.
I did.
So go ahead, let's talk about your sweater. Ta-da!
So I've got to say, I say it every time with Caitlin's sweaters, but I think this is the prettiest one. I do. And I can't...
You think this is the prettiest one?
I do.
You think it's the prettiest because of the colors you chose, or you think it's the prettiest because...
I love the sleeve.
You love this part?
Yes.
It's pretty.
Made the sleeves go so fast.
It's pretty for sure.
And this is done out of Olan, and I am very, very happy with the yarn.
And did you tell us about how you changed the needle size? Because I know Caitlin knits a little looser than you do. Did you?
I did it on a 4.
You did the whole thing on a 4 besides the ribbing?
Yes, the
And the
ribbing I did
sleeves?
on a 2.
I noticed this one doesn't have all that ribbing at the bottom. That
No,
long
it doesn't.
tubular ribbing.
So instead, you only have decreases right here.
Okay.
Okay? So it's a little fuller. And then it goes in really tight at the wrist right here. But this looks so delicate on. Dawn tried it on yesterday.
Yeah.
And her arms are shorter than mine. And so she...
Is she doing the sweater too?
We had to pull it up. And how pretty will that be? Where it comes...
Yeah.
The
where
dots
the
come
dots come up higher.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But having the color work on the sleeves instead of being on Sleeve Island, you know how
Right.
people, it was only 6 inches.
Well, the construction's the same, right? The yoke, you do the yoke so much and then you just pick up the sleeves. You don't do the,
Right.
inset. So then by the time you pick up the sleeves anyway, you're not starting at the shoulder. You're just right here.
Right.
Yeah.
And you only do 6 inches and then you start the color work.
Start the color work.
And I did the sleeves on a 16. It was tight. My finger was very sore because I had to push it to move it. But it, being on a 16 doing the color work made it easier until you got down to doing the decreases right in here.
And then did you put it on double points?
No.
No, because she hates double points.
I don't hate them, but if I can do it on a 9-inch, I prefer a 9-inch.
You see, I would just rather put them on double points, but that's okay.
Well, color work on double points is a little harder.
I don't have my phone.
What are you looking for?
I was just thinking about something else, and then I was thinking about having to look it up on my phone.
Oh.
And I don't have my phone.
Gotcha.
So
Be in the moment, Heather. Be in the moment. So I'm very, very, very pleased with it. It's one of the first sweaters that I would do again.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Because you'd want to do a different color combo or something?
Yeah, there's a real pretty nice and knit navy combo that is really nice.
Navy as the background color?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking over at our nice and knit wall right now, trying to see the navy. There's so many pretty combos with the navy. That's one. You could put green with it too. You could. Yeah, there's tons of combos for it.
There is. There really is. But I'm really pleased with it. The top skein was a little darker than the bottom.
Okay. But you can't really tell. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a definite line or anything.
Well, I alternated it so there
Okay,
wouldn't be a
okay.
definite line. But
You alternated it all the way through?
no,
Once you saw that it was darker, you started alternating it?
right in here.
Okay. And then you didn't alternate down here?
No, because this
Okay.
was all one skein.
Okay. So when you got to the end of the one, you saved enough to alternate
Right, I did.
as you put in the other. Okay.
I did.
Okay. All right, so that's that one.
So that
What's the name of this one?
Silipa,
Sipila?
Sipila. She'll put it in underneath.
All right, and what's this one?
So this one is done out of Gilpin, and it is.
Oh, it's purple. It's so hard to see the
I know it's dark.
so hard to see the. No, that's not gonna work. Here, let me see if I can get it up closer. Go ahead, keep talking.
So it is the Seoul Tunic.
So you can see. You can see that lace work right there, a little bit. You
So
see it up here.
It is those pieces are kind of random all through it.
Are these called bracelet sleeves?
No,
Where they have a flare at the bottom?
I don't think so.
Anyway, so this
Benita did this one. She loved the yarn. This is the one that she is talking about doing a class on because you use charts all the way through. So this fall, it's one of the sweaters that
I
and
like
then
the edging at the bottom.
there's, you just can't get.
You just can't get the light through it here. You just got to come to the shop and see it. You can see it a little bit when it's hanging with the the white from the baseboard.
But it's really pretty.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I like the length of it and how it flares out a little bit. It's not real tight and fitted.
Right.
So it should be very flattering, I would think. Looks like it comes in a little bit at the waist. There's some decreases here.
Yeah.
So how many skeins? 8 skeins is what she says here.
Right. It said that it was going to take more than that, and it only took. But you have to remember these are 50-gram skeins.
Right.
So that's just.
So this is our Gilpin wall right here behind us, and we've got plenty of colors in it.
I think we've got all of our colors in it.
And it's so light.
It is. It's light. It's very deceiving. Because you look at it and you think, oh, that's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really very light.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, what do you got on around your neck?
I've got on the Manhattan Mist.
I'm sorry, I just coughed over you. What was it?
Manhattan Mist, which was a mystery knit along of Christian Kapur's. But it really wasn't a mystery. We knew what it was going to look like.
Oh, this has got the mohair in it.
This has got the mohair in it. Slip stitches, so the dark that you see is mohair.
Yeah, so this purple is the light purple, and the contrast there is the mohair.
Yes.
Same for these stripes right here.
And
That's very pretty.
Done out of Chasing Rabbits and...
Two colors of Chasing Rabbits.
2 colors of Chasing Rabbits, and the mohair is Shibui Silk Cloud.
And did
Kiristen did this one.
Kiristen did that one? It's really pretty.
It is pretty. And it's not too big.
It's kind of light too, right? Because
Yeah,
of the mohair in it.
because of the
so
mohair.
it's not too
It's
heavy.
not heavy at all.
For summer.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So there you go. So are you working on anything?
So I'm I'm still working on my baby blanket.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on the little sweater.
But you haven't started your sweater yet? The
No,
Millie?
I haven't started my sweater. I haven't started on the Millie. I really want to get the other. Maybe I'm just a one project knitter. I don't know. At a time. I guess I don't knit enough to like spread my time out enough on different projects.
Well, that's probably true. Usually the reason why you have more than one project is like, I usually have something pretty simple to be working on here in the shop.
Right.
that I can put down, pick up, put down, pick up. And then I work on something a little harder at home.
For me, I just have to work on it something.
Whenever you can.
Whenever I can.
I gotcha.
Which is never very hard. I was looking at, which is what I was thinking of a minute ago when I was talking about not having my phone. I spent some time this morning, actually too much time because I got up early and I was going to get more done on my baby sweater so I could show it, but that didn't happen. What is it, Lavanda?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at her patterns, and you know, she does, I think everything she does is brioche.
She does a lot of brioche. I know she teaches brioche too.
Yeah, and so I was wondering, am I missing out because we're not doing brioche stuff? And then I thought, okay, well, I might do the, what is Andrea's hat that she just came out with that they did the
new spin cycle.
Yeah, what was it? The not the Harley hat. Anyway, you know what I mean.
I do.
You know what I mean. And it's just a simple hat, right, for beginners. But I've done brioche before, simple brioche.
Yeah, I have too.
But I don't know. So I was thinking about maybe doing one of those, doing the hat or doing one of Lavanda's patterns because I mean she's got some pretty shawls.
Gorgeous.
The past 2 or 3 things that she's put out.
Gorgeous.
And they've got those long tassels on them, you know.
Yep.
That whole look, that
Bohemian look.
bohemian look. Yeah. So
It would go with your hoop earrings.
you think they would go with my hoops?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep wearing the hoops. Maybe I'm gonna have different color hoops for my outfits.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Some people have fairy hair. I can have hoops.
I was thinking that earlier. I just wasn't
You
going to
weren't
say
gonna say it? Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna do fairy hair, but yeah. Anyway, so you think the bohemian look will go with my hoops?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. So that's some of the things that I was thinking of. But you know, I know too that Dyed in the Wool's coming out with a new yarn.
Yes.
And when you get back from TNA, you're gonna have things that we need to knit up as samples.
Yes.
And you know, I'm such a great sample knitter.
Really.
You know, if we want it done by Christmas, I need to get started on it now.
And Orange Knits has a new pattern. I started to print it out, done in their new yarn, which is like Dyed in the Wool, but it's worsted.
What do you mean? Oh, in when you say their new yarn, you mean Dyed in the Wool spin
Yeah.
cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like Dyed in the Wool, but it's worsted weight.
Yeah. So speaking of spin cycle, you're supposed to get a shipment in?
I am. I should get 10 more Edinburgh kits in, which is the
blue,
ones,
the pretty blue,
the ones
the teal
that she,
that Andrea did the original color in.
yes. And then I'm getting a few more. You know, I ordered 30 bags, and
We got some online orders the other day, and it's, you know, it's all pretty much Dyed in the Wool. And I sent her a note and I go, Mom, do you have enough Dyed in the Wool ordered?
and I do if I were to get it all at one time.
Yeah.
But
But you can't wait to get it all at one time
what
either.
happens is I say, Rachel, send me what you got. So that means one order
Yeah.
gets broken up into 3 or 4 orders.
Yeah, they got to be just going gangbusters.
So she sent me a note and said that she was sending this order because she had it before TNNA, and that she would hope to get me the rest after TNNA. Of course, at TNNA, they'll have so many orders they won't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to bring home some of the worsted, enough that I can do
a sample of
a
something.
sample of something in
yeah.
it. But
Because that'll
until
be
we get
fun.
it-
That'll be fun for fall.
Yeah, it will. It will. Great, would make great hats.
Mm-hmm.
Great hats. And this shawl that, I looked at the shawl this morning, and
What shawl?
that orange
Oh, orange
knits.
knits shawl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't had enough coffee, I guess.
I think it takes 4 skeins. Done on a size 8 needle. How nice is that? But just think about the color play.
Oh, yeah.
So it should be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
So, what are you working on right now? She wants to be working on a sweater. We'll talk about that in a minute, but
I am working on
what time is it?
9:45.
Oh, okay. I can't be late for work.
I am working on a pattern called Tiny Tassels. by Looped London. No, Karen Fernandez for Loop London.
Right, Karen did it for Looped.
Yes. And it's just a simple little shawl. But before we go on, I want to say something when I say a simple little shawl. It has 4 increases every right side row.
Well, wait a minute. Before you start, where did you even learn about this pattern?
Renee, Courtney Kelly's stepmom, came in. I had seen it, but we picked yarn for her,
Okay.
and I thought it would be. It's a one skein shawl,
Yeah.
shawlette, I guess, but it has little tiny tassels on it.
Right, so you can do contrasting colors or whatever and have fun with the tassels with
And
the
have
yarn.
fun with the tassels. But I want to say that, we all learn new stuff all the time, right? I had never done a backwards yarn over. And in this, you have 4 increases on the right side row.
So a backward yarn over. So if you do a normal yarn over, you just do it backwards. You just take it to the back and bring it over instead of putting it over the front like you do a frontward.
So instead of bringing it to the front, you just bring it from the back over and take it to the back.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, right? I couldn't figure out why we were doing it.
Right, because that's what happens in patterns sometimes, right? When they tell us to do weird things and you're like,
And I'm thinking to myself, this is just a 2-row repeat pattern. What, goodness. Well, I was wrong. When you knit into a backwards yarn over, there's no hole. So it's almost like a make one left, but you're not picking up the bar. You're doing a backwards yarn over. So if you look at, and they have you knit into the back loop of the regular yarn overs that you do. So if you notice, hold this. If you notice,
I think you're going to have to get a little closer, Mom.
there are no holes.
You mean holes like eyelets?
Yeah. Like a normal yarn over, there would be a hole.
Right, because that's how you make an eyelet, right?
Right. But see, there are none.
There's her little marker so she knows which side's the front side.
So, anyway, I just thought that was
So
different.
So it's pretty dense.
Well, you do it on a 4, but it's squishy. I used Western Sky, the Magnolia sock,
It's a pretty color.
and this is the Knot House color
Okay.
that she did for us. And then I picked some unicorn tails. Hold these. Let me get that one that I just dropped.
So yeah, so for the little tiny tassels, it doesn't take much yarn, so you can use scrap yarn too if you want.
You could use scrap yarn.
Yeah.
But we've got these unicorn. So those are the ones that I think I'm going to use.
So you'll have that done by the end of the day.
Well, I started it yesterday afternoon,
Did you?
Yeah.
So again, that's just one skein. It's called Tiny Tassels. Is that a free pattern, Mom, or
It is a free
It's
pattern.
a free pattern?
It is.
Wow. Okay.
And so here's another Western Sky.
It's lighter, right?
It's lighter, but
And if you can't see that, that's a teal green little unicorn tail that we pulled for it.
so
So there's all kinds of combinations you could do.
yeah.
So it's
all
great for
kinds.
that one skein that you've already got that you loved, that you didn't
Don't know
know what to do with,
right.
right? That you had to have.
Right.
So, all right. So that's what you're working on.
I'm
I
also
thought.
working on a sock. I have a sweater that I need to finish. The sweater I'm going to steek. After this sweater, I just haven't been able to resync myself to jump back into that one. It has cables on the sleeves, and I've got just half a sleeve and one sleeve to do. So, I mean, I should do it.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother thing, and it's done.
I know.
Um,
But
no, so what is the other shawl that you were talking about doing when we get the Farmer's Daughter DK in? Because we're getting a big shipment of Farmer's Daughter.
the Hipster shawl.
Oh yeah, the Hipster. Which most everybody's already done. But we haven't done it yet.
Nobody in our crowd has done it.
Right, I mean our customers haven't
Yeah.
done it, yeah. Yeah.
It was a big hit for the pop-up shop. Almost all the dyers had it done. So I just thought that it would be, we're getting Farmer's Daughter DK.
Yeah. I can't wait to get that.
And
Yeah, get some DK.
we'll see. I'm trying to be progressive here.
Yeah.
Um,
But there's some shawls that are being done in DK. See, this is the thing. I was thinking about this the other day. So we switch and we go to fingering weight sweaters. So if you're going to spend all the time doing a fingering weight sweater, you got to have some gratification and do a DK shawl, because then it's just faster.
right.
It's the things I talk to in my head.
The games you
The
play.
games I play, right. Right.
So I want to do that one. I've already printed the pattern and I'm ready to do that.
So that one's one you're going to do.
Right.
And then she asked me when we were starting the podcast if the new Caitlin sweater,
The Gutherie.
the Gutherie, that she started here when she
Yes.
was at the shop, if I wanted her to do that for me. And I told her we could talk about it because she really wants to do it. And I should be gracious and I should say, yes, Mom, of course you can do it for me. But I would have to pick the colors.
No.
See,
I've
and
already
she
picked
already
the
has
colors.
she wants to do it because she knows what she wants to do.
So in the Gutherie, you can either have it very contrast or
You mean high contrast?
high contrast or low contrast. Now, she's got pictures of it both ways. One I think is black and white, and then the one she started here, which was really very tonal.
Yeah, I mean the way the color changes and the dyed in the wool, it has little pops and then it gets quiet
And she's used a little bit of filters
on her pictures.
on her pictures. And I understand she wants the pattern to show. It's funny. Yarn dyers do one thing with pictures. Designers do another
Yeah.
thing. And then the shop owner that has to sell the yarn wants it to be pretty true.
Yeah.
But I like the low contrast. And that's what I want to do it in. Now,
So what color is that of Julie Osselin?
this is, I can't pronounce it. It's French.
Bosus? Bisus?
I don't think
B-I-S-O-U-S?
right. It's a new color.
Oh, okay.
And then Nostalgia.
How many skeins of dyed in the wool does it take to do the sweater? Probably 3.
I don't know yet. 3 or 4.
Oh, because the pattern's not released. So she hasn't really said how many skeins.
No. I mean, I have the pattern.
Right.
But I just have a test knit pattern,
Oh, okay.
which we've put pictures up of Carissa's. Carissa's doing it. And I'm afraid it'll be too busy for me to wear. I'm too big of a girl. And of course I said to Heather, well, I could lose weight, which I'm constantly trying to do, which I'm successful at for a short period of time. But I want to make it is my problem.
I think you should just make it for you.
So,
Because I wouldn't want those colors.
well, and I don't know what blues or the colors that Carissa's doing you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah, that
green.
one's gorgeous.
Yes.
That's a picture that we posted on Instagram if you guys don't know what we're talking about.
And I don't have it here. She's
Yeah.
working on it.
It's
She's almost ready to divide for the sleeves.
yeah. So you can go back and look at our Instagram feed if you want to see the colors that she's doing it in.
So I haven't pulled the plug. But I may.
So that's not that much. So you're going to do the Hipster, you're going to do tiny tassels, and you got to decide on when you're going to pull the plug on Gutherie.
Yeah. And I need to finish my...
And then you'll be inspired by something at TNA too that you got to come back and do for the shop.
Maybe. I do have some things I'm going to look for at TNA. Not so much yarn as goodies.
Goodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Couple scissors and some stuff other people have
So
already
we've got
gotten.
some stuff too coming in. I always think that we do these podcasts at the wrong time because we don't really do it when we've gotten a big shipment of yarn in sometimes, because it's really about when I'm available to do the podcast, right? Not about what we've just gotten into in the shop.
Imagine that, right?
And so we've got some ribbon street bags coming in.
We got a big order of nice and knit since
But I think we talked about that already.
I don't. We hadn't got it.
Maybe we said, oh, I remember we said we were going to get it because I got my plankton early.
Yes.
So I'll go ahead and show you the plankton color that I'm going to do the Millie sweater in. Can you see
Do it
that?
sideways. There you go.
Yep.
So it's a gray base.
It's a gray, yeah, it's gray with teal and blue and green. So yeah, so I got to start that. But
So we got
a lot of nice and knit. They're sock in.
yes, and
lots of blues and greens.
I thought you picked colors
I didn't.
because I said you can tell who picked the
No,
colors.
they picked the colors.
Because there's 2 rows of blues and greens, and we have one minute row.
And if the girls are watching, they're gonna go, oh boy, next shipment we got to make Kathy happy. We got to make Kathy happy with some purples and pinks.
There's some pretty purples in there.
But yeah, so we've got the nice and knit in, but we're getting in, like I already mentioned, we're going to be getting in Farmer's Daughter. That'll be,
And her mohair.
oh yeah, so we're getting the Foxy Lady, we're getting the DK and the mohair. So
Yes.
that'll be a big presence in the shop.
Yes.
And you've got Julie Osselin ordered that you said you need to add to the order because we're
Yes.
selling it because of the Gutherie, I'm sure. We're getting Ribbon Street bags in.
Yes.
We're getting the
Home row fiber.
The home row fiber bags probably will come in the same time. Oh, we're getting the
Yes, the ritual dye.
ritual dye bags. They've already shipped.
Yes.
And what did we get? We're getting navy and cream,
Natural.
natural. So if you're going to be short on bags, or if you see a lot of bag pictures posted on Instagram, it's because we're getting a bunch of bags in. Because we're really low. I guess it's from the pop-up. We sold what we had, and we just have to replenish.
Yeah.
We're getting the Tosh in. The Tosh,
Yes, it should be here in the next week.
yeah. And that's like, I don't know, something 30 new colors or something crazy.
50.
50 new colors. I don't know where we're going to.
I got some new Malabrigo in as well.
Yeah.
The new colors.
And all those are pictured on the website, right? I'm sure they are because she's so proud of doing that now. She's
I am.
so proud of her pictures.
Well, I am. I am. It's something I learned new.
I know.
And all the pictures have been done except for the sale yarns. And I can't bring myself to do all
Yeah.
the sale yarns.
Yep. So if you're watching too, check out the sale yarn section of the website because there's still some good stuff in there.
Yeah, there is.
So Mom's headed off to TNA next week. We probably won't do another podcast until after TNA.
Right.
I hope we have an announcement or two to make after she gets back about some new trunk shows. And I'm going to see if I can get Mom and I to make a road trip. There's a place I want to visit that will remain unnamed right now. Yep, we got to keep on keeping on.
I've got a couple of trunk shows already scheduled for the fall.
That we're working out the details on. So some new things that we haven't done before. So it'll be fall before you know it.
I know. And we had junk fiber.
Junk yarn fiber.
Junk yarn fiber.
Yep.
Here last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really big...
Oh, and that reminds me. We're going to do a collaboration with her.
We are.
Shh. I don't know if we're supposed to say anything yet.
Not yet. Because
Because
I don't think that's till the end of July.
Yeah. So more on that. So yeah, so we've got some new things that are in the works. All right, well, I guess that's a wrap.
I think that's it.
So thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. And thanks for everybody that says that they enjoy watching. I get at the pop-up during Junk Yarn, people saying, "Oh, we love to watch your podcast." It helps keep us motivated to continue to do them.
I'd like to do them more frequent. I think this one will be one that will actually be, if I get it posted, like less than 3 weeks.
Well, that's good.
So that's an improvement.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah,
we're trying.
So
it's
anyway,
it's also hard to have new stuff made in between time.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Again.
All right. Bye.